From our last discussion on Apostle Paul on "ako," in regards to "hear" and "understand," of which you still disbelieved and remained an infidel. I have a similar question at this time about the consistency of Apostle Paul's story on his journey to Damascus. In Acts 9, 3-4, 7, it's clear that Paul alone falls to the ground, while the men with him are described as standing speechless. But later in his deceptions, in Acts 26, 13-14, 16, Paul himself says that everyone fell to the ground. Isn't that a contradiction?
You are here with your Islamic mind again that deludes your minds and brain. But let's look closely at what's being said while you can't think for yourself but what your imams tells you. Acts 9, 3-4, 7 does describe Paul falling to the ground, but it doesn't explicitly say that only Paul fell. It says his companions stood speechless, but that doesn't mean they didn't fall at some point. I hope your dead brain grasps this point. The focus in Acts 9 is on Paul's experience and the key details that are most relevant to that moment.
You are putting words into your book. You are corrupting your book, and my prophet spoke against people like you. That changes Allah's words. In Acts 26, 14, Paul clearly says everyone fell to the ground. That's a pretty big detail to leave out if it happened earlier. How can both accounts be true?
Your Quran in Surah 3:78 has nothing to with changing your Allah's words in a book, as you have been misled by your imams, even though I am verbally telling you the truth. The Bible accounts are focusing on different aspects of the same event. In Acts 26:14, Paul is recounting the dramatic impact of the light when it first appeared, causing everyone to fall. But Acts 9:7 is likely referring to a different moment in the sequence, after they had fallen and some of them stood up again. The fact that the companions stood speechless doesn't mean they didn't fall initially. It's about where the story picks up in each account.
So you are saying that the timeline in the story is just being summarized differently in each account. You always finds way to wanting to prove a point against me and your corrupted book. You will soon write your own Bible to defend your falsehoods. When Jesus comes, peace and blessings be upon him, he will deny you and all Christians for going against the truth.
Your supposed truth, which you people calls light, is actually darkness. Back to our discussion. In narrative storytelling, especially in the Bible, not every detail is repeated in every account. Acts 26 emphasizes the dramatic moment when everyone fell, while Acts 9 focuses on what happened to Paul immediately after that. The details about the companions standing in Acts 9 don't contradict the idea that they might have initially fallen. They just highlight different parts of the same event.
Your explanations are pointless. Until you accept my religion, the wrath of Allah will continue with you, especially if you die in the state of disbelief. Your argument is difficult to reconcile, but I can understand how you needed to protect your delusional mind. Don't invite Allah's anger on yourself.
You know what?
What, if I may ask?
Without lies, Islam dies. Your religion needs it to survive.